Sorry, but I really did not feel like transforming my living room again, so you have to do it with my couch as a background. So see if you can start into a comfortable seated position. Maybe you like to grab some blocks, maybe you want to sit onto a cushion. And then just start for a moment to an easy position with your eyes closed. Just see if you can start to dive within your body, slowly letting go of your day so far, emptying your mind. Just feel how you're doing at this very moment. Without any judgment, you just experience the sensations within. Maybe you feel your natural breath. Don't change anything yet. Just notice if you are breathing a little bit higher into your chest or maybe low into your belly, somewhere in between. And then you relax your shoulders, your face. Bring your focus to your third eye, the spot in between your eyebrows. And you can gently start to deepen your in and exhalations. Just do it slowly. See if you can breathe in and out through both nostrils. And then on every inhalation, you fill up your lungs, you let the air spread out to your pelvic floor. Then you exhale again, emptying everything. When you make your in and exhalations the same length, you can start to create a nice flow for your practice today. Maybe you make a soft sound with your breath, activating your Ujjayi breath. Make sure that you stay connected with your in and exhalations during your whole practice. Make sure you are going to follow your own path, practice your own practice. Things that doesn't feel good, you can just skip. Maybe you like to go a little bit deeper into your poses. Just listen to your body. Staying here for a few more deep in and exhalations. And then in your own time, you can cross your legs the other way around. And then just start making some circles with your head. I got some pain in my shoulder, so maybe I'm not going to do everything myself as well. Really make sure that you're always listening to your own body. Maybe you reverse your circle. Just move in the opposite direction. And gently start to make your way back to the center. When you're all the way into the center, slowly bring your arms up. Maybe you give yourself a nice stretch, lengthening the sides. You can move a little bit from left to right. I always feel that that is really opening up the ribs, space in between your hips and your rib cage. And then you just gently come to one side. Keep both sitting bones onto the floor. Don't go too far, just feel the extension through the side of your body. Not collapsing into the other side. Keep your shoulder, your face relaxed. Just breathing deeply. One more in an exhalation. And then slowly move all the way over to the other side. Maybe the other side feels completely different. Make sure you're not falling to the side. Keep your sitting bones down. Relax your neck. You can look in whatever direction you like. Take one more deep breath. And slowly come all the way back up. Bring your arms up one more time. Gently bringing them down in front of you. If you're sitting onto a block, remove it from under your sitting bones. Walk forward or slide forward with your hands. Deep inhale, lift your heart up. And exhale, just release down. Soften everything. Just take a moment here to see what brought you to your mat today. Maybe you want to set an intention. And gently start to lift your heart up. See if you can come all the way up. And then bring your feet in front of you. Bring your hands onto your knees this time, and then really round. Do some cat-cows this way. Really round your spine into your chest. Drag your shoulder blades away from each other. And lift your heart all the way up. Slowly going back and forth a few times. Feel if you need some more space somewhere. If you feel the tightness somewhere in your body. Release any stress, any tension. Maybe one or two more times. And then gently come to the center, cross your ankles and make your way onto the hands and knees. When you're all the way onto your hands and knees, see if you can just make some circles with your head, your hips. Maybe in the opposite direction as well. You can bring your hips all the way to one side. And then come back to the center from here. Now slowly bring your right foot next to your hip onto the floor. Press your left knee down. And then from here you can bring your left arm all the way up. And slowly stick your arm underneath the other arm. Bring the side of your head onto the floor. Make sure you're not going all the way to the back. Keep your spine long. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you bring your right arm up all the way over behind your back. Keep pushing the outside of your right foot into the earth. Don't crunch your own neck. Just give yourself a nice stretch. One more breath here. And then you bring your hand back in front of you. Slowly come all the way up. Maybe you bring that arm all the way up to the sky. And slowly bring your hand down. And then you change sides. Bring your foot next to you onto the floor. Try to keep lengthening your spine. And then from here you bring your right arm up. Slowly stick it underneath your other arm. Bring the side of your head down. Try to turn that right shoulder up to the sky. Maybe you bring your arm behind your back. And if you like to, you grab your thigh. Keep pushing your left foot away. And take one more breath. Slowly bringing your arm back up, back in front of your face. And drag that right arm all the way up. Slowly bring it down. Knee comes back onto the floor, hands onto the floor. Now this time tuck your toes under your feet. Try to lengthen your spine. Don't hang into your shoulders. Make sure everything is strong and lift your knees just slightly off the floor. See if you can shift your weight a little bit forward. Start to feel all the muscles around your core. Make sure your knees are not going up too high, just a centimeter. Maybe you claw your fingertips into the mat. Staying here for one more breath. And then slowly press your sitting bones all the way back. And start to rise up into your first downward dog. And then from here you can just move your hips, walk your dog, do whatever feels good. Using that first downward facing dog to just open up a little bit. Only when you are ready for it, take a moment into stillness, checking out your hands, lengthening all the way from your wrists, via your arms, your side body, to your sitting bones. You can always soften your knees. It's fine if your heels are not touching the floor, but keep pressing them down. Soften the legs. Try not to get your weight forward, but press your sitting bones, your thighs to the back. And just stay here for one more breath. And then really slowly, small steps. Walk your feet forward. Maybe first your heel, then the ball of your foot, and then your toes. When you're all the way forward, maybe you want to widen your step, grab your elbows, or maybe you hug your arms around your legs. Just come into the forward bend. Keep your weight a little bit forward into the balls of your feet. Soft neck. You can shake yes or no. Let that head hang down. And stay here for one more in an exhalation. Gently starting to roll up vertebra by vertebra. Coming all the way back up into a standing position. When you're all the way back up, start at the top of your mat, big toes together. Your heels can be slightly apart and then root down to rise up, hands in front of your heart. Elbows are pointing to the side, make sure they're not dropping down. Lift your chest bone. Navel in, and then on your next inhalation, rise all the way up. And on your exhalation, fold forward, hands flat onto the floor. Half lift on your inhalation, flat back. And exhale, step your feet into a high plank. If you like to, you shift your weight a little bit forward, pull your navel in. And then from here, lower down your knees if you like to. Just go forward and press up. 4 more times, go forward and press up. Slowly going forward and back up. Just 2 more, go down and up. Last time, don't let your hips drop and push up. Now you come all the way down to the floor. Slowly lift your heart into easy cobra. See if you can lift your chest, keep your shoulders away from your ears. And make your way back into down dog. Few in and exhalations here. Really press away from your mat. Really root all your knuckles down. Keep some space in between your arms and your ears. Shoulders down, away from your ears. Slowly take one more breath here. Then look in between your hands, soften your knees, and take one big step forward. Half lift on your inhalation, long spine, and exhale, bow down. Deep inhale, rise back up. And exhale, hands back in front of your heart. Deep inhale, rise back up. And exhale, slowly fold forward. Half lift on your inhalation. And step your feet back into plank. And then from here, see if you can let your heels move from side to side. Make sure you're not going to hang into your lower back. Also, don't drop into your shoulders. And then bring both heels to the right side. Lift your left arm up. If you want to, you step your left foot on top of your right. Hug your feet, your inner thighs together. Maybe you stretch that left arm all the way over your head. Take one more breath here. And then circle your hand down, slowly moving over to the other side. Make sure you keep breathing. If you want to, bring that arm all the way next to your ear. Zip your navel in. One more deep inhalation. And slowly bring your hand down. Weight a little bit forward. If you like to, you bring your knees down. Otherwise, come into low plank, chaturanga. From there into cobra or up dog. And make your way back into downward facing dog. And take some time here. Find back your breath. Make sure you're not going to overextend your legs. Make sure you keep lifting your kneecaps up. Maybe you drag your thumbs a little bit towards each other. Keep pressing your index finger, your thumb into the earth. One more breath here. And then look in between your hands, soften your knees and step or hop to the front of your mat. Half lift on your inhalation and slowly bow forward. Rising up on your inhale and hands back in front of your heart. Deep inhale, rise back up and slowly fold forward. Half lift on your inhalation and step back into high plank. Now slowly bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, coming into a forearm plank. And from here, shift your weight a little bit forward too. Move your heels from left to right. Keep your shoulders strong. Then you can bring both heels to the right side. Lift your left arm up. If you want to, you step your left foot on top of your right. Hug your inner thighs, your feet together. And then bring your left arm around the right side of your ribs. And slowly lift up. Left arm hugs around, pull up. And rise back up. Last time, hug it around, keep that navel dragging in. And rise up. And then slowly make your way back to the other side. Stack everything on top of each other. Right arm rises. Gazing up to your right thumb. And then follow your hand, hug your right arm around the left side of your ribs. And rise up. Slowly hug it around. And rise up. Last time, pull your navel in. And lift up. Gently bringing your elbows back onto the floor. Hold it for one more breath. And then slowly bring your hands back. Gently press back into your down dog. A few in and exhalations. You feel that you want to keep hugging your inner thighs towards each other. Pull your sitting bones towards each other. Keep everything dragging to the center line of your body. Staying here for one more breath. And then lift your right leg all the way up. Just make sure you're not going to open your hip this time. Keep your hips parallel. Turn your right thigh inwards towards your left. Maybe you spread all the toes of your right foot. Take a deep inhalation here. And on your exhale, bring your knee all the way to your nose, high onto your left toes. And Right knee back to your nose, coiling it. And rise up. Last time, knee to your chest. Look in between your hands. Without any sound, you step your foot forward. Now from here, you slowly start to bring your arms up. Lengthen them all the way up into the sky. Maybe you turn your pinky slightly in. Then bring your left knee just above the floor. And just extend that left leg. Keep your right knee nice and bent. Left knee just above the floor. And push that left heel to the back. One more time, left knee just above the floor. And stretch it out. Then bring your left knee all the way down. Foot comes onto the floor. Shift your weight back. And let your hips melt forward. Keep your upper body long. Slowly pulling up. And lowering down. Hips to your right foot. Two more. Come up. And stretch that hip flexors. Last time, rise up. And come all the way forward. And then from here, you bring your hands down. If you like to, you bring your hands onto your blocks. Tuck your left toes under. Extend your left leg out. Hug your inner thighs back together. Deep inhale, heart rises. And exhale, pull your hips up. Drag your inner thighs together. Slowly press that left heel back, that right leg bends, and push your hips up, bow over your right thigh. Two more times, heart forward, and slowly bow down. Last time, don't lose that left leg, keep pushing your heel away, and slowly bow forward. Then you bend your right leg, left hand on the floor, bring your right arm all the way up. Easy twist, keep your right thigh close to your belly. One more inhalation. And then bring your hand down, step your right foot to the back next to your left, or keep it off the floor. And then see if you can go to your own vinyasa from here, but slowly with control. And rise back. In down dog. Taking a few breaths. Make sure you're not dropping into your arms. Keep your weight pulling you to the back and up. And then from here you can extend your left leg up. Don't turn your knee to the side. Keep hugging it in. Maybe you spread the toes of your left foot. Extend through your arms. One more in and exhale here. Your next inhale you lengthen even more, and on your exhalation your knee to your nose, coiling it, and slowly lengthen and lift. Knee back to your nose, and rise up. And then bring your knee to your chest, and really softly step your foot down. Then rise back up, coming into your lunge. Take a moment to feel the length into the side body. Don't drop your shoulders, shoulder blades. Just keep everything long. Take a deep inhale and bring your right knee just above the floor. Just push your right heel back, lengthen your leg, and bring your knee just above the floor. Slowly extend it out, and knee just above the floor. Last time, lengthen. And bring your knee down, foot comes down, shift your weight back. And let that hip melt forward, but keep your torso strong. Slowly coming up and lower down. Two more, rise up. And stretch that hips. Last time, coming up. And all the way forward. And from here, you bring your hands down. Tuck your right toes under, extend your right leg back out. Hug your inner thighs back together. If you need your blocks, bring them underneath your hands. Then deep inhale, half lift. And exhale, bow down. Push your hips up, drag your thighs together. Slowly lift your heart back up. Keep that right leg strong. And bow down. Two more, lift your heart. And bend all the way forward. Last time, lift your heart up and slowly bend. bend your left knee again. Right hand is close to your left foot. Hug your thigh and your core together. And extend that left arm all the way up. Really pull through the center line. Twist from the center line. Keep your shoulder blades away from each other. One more deep inhale here. And then bring your hand down. Bring your leg to the back. One-legged or two-legged plank. And then slowly make your way through your vinyasa from here. Coming back in down dog. Taking a few breaths. You can always take a moment into child's pose if you need to. Slow down your in and exhalations. Keep your head empty. Slowly taking one more breath. And then look in between your hands, soften your knees and step or hop back. Half lift on your inhalation and bend all the way forward. Now bend your knees deeply, feet are together. And slowly rise up into chair pose. If you like to, you lift all your toes off the floor, sitting bones to the back. Drag your sitting bones towards each other. Maybe you can look up in between your hands. Take one more in an exhalation here. And on your next inhale, rise up. Maybe you take a little back bend. And exhale, bow forward. Half lift on your inhale. And exhale, step or up your feet all the way back. Slowly making your way through your vinyasa. Making your way back into downward facing dog. And when you're back in down dog, gently start to bring your right leg up. Now open your hip if you like to. See this time if you can keep your shoulders aligned. Maybe you look under your left arm to see your right foot. Keep your navel hugging in. Don't let all the weight hang into that left arm. Staying here for one more breath. Then bring your right knee to your right upper arm or shoulder. And rise up. Right knee to your left arm. And rise up. And bring your knee to your chest. Step forward. Left heel turns down. Come all the way up into warrior two. Just see if your right knee is on top of your right ankle. Maybe you like to bring that left arm around onto your right thigh. And then press that thigh down, lengthen up and over into reverse warrior. Don't let your left hip drop forward. Keep everything aligned to the side. One more in an exhalation. And come back up. Gently starting to reach forward. Right hand can come at the inside of your right foot. See if you can keep pressing that knee all the way to the back. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you release that left hand and you come into a bind. If possible, you can grab your fingers behind you or you grab your left wrist with your right hand. And keep turning that left shoulder up. You can always keep it easier. Make sure your upper body is not going forward. Everything is aligned to the side. Just for one more breath. And then release that arms down at the inside of your right leg. Slowly move from side to side to the long side of your mat. Really close to the floor. Keep your feet pushing down. Give yourself a nice inner thigh stretch. And if you like to, you go from side to side one more time. And finally you come all the way forward. Walk your right foot out to the side. If you want to, you let your left knee come down. Otherwise, push your left heel back. Keep hugging your inner thighs together a little bit. Keep the activation of your core, your center line. Deep inhale, lift up. And exhale, kiss the floor. Deep inhale, lift your heart up. And exhale, bow down. 2 more, lift up. And lower. Last time, lift. And lower. Then you come back on your hands. Bring your knee down to the floor. And come all the way with your weight on top of your left knee. You can keep your right leg a little bit to the side this time. Flex your foot. And from here, maybe you can come down onto your elbows. Make sure you stay into a long line with that leg, but also with your back. Try not to round, then just come a little bit higher. Keep your heart dragging forward through your shoulders. Keep your foot active. Just stay here for one more in an exhalation. Slowly starting to walk your hands back under your shoulders. Then you bring your right foot back onto the floor. Tuck your left toes under, extend your left leg out. Pull your inner thighs together. And then from here you can lift your hips up a little bit, smuggle your right arm, your right shoulder underneath your right leg. Let your hips come back down. If you like to, you bring your arms to the sides, look forward. You can also come into a bind, or maybe you want to come into a flying split. Make sure that you do whatever feels good for you. One more breath. And then gently bring your right leg all the way back up. Maybe you shake it out, make some circles, do whatever feels good. And then bring your foot all the way down to the floor. Maybe you need to align your down dog again, like I do. Take a deep in and exhalation. And then bring your feet together. Left leg rises. Open up your hip. Maybe you look underneath your right arm to see your left foot. Make sure you're not going to hang all the way to one side. Keep dragging your navel in, shoulders next to each other. Just open up your hip. Taking one more in an exhale here. And then rise all the way back up. Left knee to your left upper arm or shoulder. And rise up. Left knee crosses to your right arm. And rise up. And bring your knee to your chest. And step forward. Come all the way up into warrior two. I just turn around for you for a moment. Deepen your hips. Arms to the side. Drag in through your navel. And if you like to, you can bring that right arm around, catch your left thigh. Lengthen forward, up and over. Really push your right foot deep into the earth. Extend through the left side. You look underneath, your arm up to the sky or to the palm of your left hand. And gently rise up. Left arm reaches forward, hand at the inside of your foot. It's also fine if you bring your hand on your elbow onto your thigh. Just make sure you stack everything on top of each other. If you like to, you release that right hand. Bring your left arm around and then you can catch your fingers or your wrist at the back. Really pull that right shoulder open. Looking up over your right shoulder to the sky. Keep pressing your right foot down. Tailbone is pressing down a little bit in the direction of your right foot. Then slowly release. Bring your arms all the way down at the inside of your left leg and move from side to side. You can always keep your hands in front of your heart or extend them all the way forward. Maybe one more time from side to side. And finally you end up all the way at the front of your mat. Walk your left foot out a little bit. If you want to, you drop that right knee down. Maybe you keep it pulling off the floor. And then take a deep inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, bow all the way down into your hips. Deep inhale, rise up. And exhale, bend forward. 2 more, rise up. And lower. Last time, rise up. And bow down. And then you come back up. Bring your right knee down. Hips on top of your right leg. Bring that left leg. Make that left leg long. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Pull your toes towards you. And then take a deep inhale here. Maybe you can lower down a little. Make sure you keep pressing your sitting bones back. Lifting your heart a little bit to the front. Don't make it too hard for yourself. I always like to wiggle a little bit, finding just a little bit more space. Take one more breath. When you have your elbows on the floor, bring your hands back down. And then you bring your left foot onto the floor. Extend your right leg out. And then see if you can lift your hips up. Bring your left shoulder underneath your left leg. And then press that hard forward. Hips go down. Maybe you bring your right arm to the side and your left arm to the side, flying. You can come into a bind. Or if you want to, you can come into Ekapada Kundinyasana number 2, flying splits. Make sure that you do whatever feels good for you at this very moment. And when you're ready, you slowly swing that left leg all the way back up. Maybe you shake it out. And bring your foot down to the floor. Now just widen your feet a little bit. Walk your hands all the way back. And come into a squat. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Let your tailbone melt down. But keep hugging your sitting bones towards each other. Keep some strength through the center. Push your knees away from you. Elbows into your legs, legs into your elbows. Find the length through the crown of your head. Staying here for one more. Deep in an exhalation. And then really gently release everything down. Maybe you like to bring your hands behind the back of your skull for a moment. One more breath here. And bring your hands down, lift your heart up, and gently walk back into your downward facing dog. Take a few deep in and exhalations up there. If you like to, you breathe out through your mouth a few times. Don't hold on to any tension. One more deep breath. And then look in between your hands. Step or float to the front of your mat. Half lift on your inhalation and bow all the way down. From here, lift your heart halfway up so you can come high onto your toes. And then bend your knees, hands flat onto the floor, shoulder width apart. Maybe you turn the inside of your elbows a little bit forward. And then make sure your elbows stay aligned with your wrists and your shoulders. Slowly starting to shift your way forward. Claw your fingertips into the earth. Maybe you lift one foot up. Maybe you lift the other foot off the floor, coming into Bakasana. Make sure you keep breathing. Push your sitting bones up. Drag your heels to your sitting bones. One more deep breath. See if you can slowly come down with control. And widen your feet. Grab your elbows, take a moment. Maybe you move a little bit from side to side. Find some softness. Find your breath. to the center. Walk your feet back behind your wrists or all the way together. If you like to come into Bakasana one more time, if you like to, you can step back when you're ready. Or maybe you like to practice hopping back into Chaturanga. And from there, you go through the rest of your vinyasa. Back into downward facing dog. Let's just wait for each other there. Take a moment. Stay aware of all your knuckles, four corners of your hands. One more deep in an exhalation here. And then start to bring your right leg all the way up. Gently bringing your knee towards you. And then see if you can let your knee tap the floor and pull it up. Don't lift your hips up too high, just squeeze your thigh towards your ribs. 2 more times, lower down and pull up. Last time, lower and pull. Gently stepping your foot all the way forward. Turn your left heel down into the floor and come up into second warrior. And then from here you can slowly extend your right leg out. Bring your right arm all the way forward as far as you can. Maybe you bring your right hand at the inside of your ankle. Maybe you push your hand against your calf. If you like to, you can grab your big toe. Just make sure your upper body doesn't come forward here. Keep spreading your shoulder blades. Maybe look up to your left thumb. Keep extending that side body. Hug your inner thighs together. One more breath. Maybe you circle your left arm over your head. Zip your navel in. You can bring your right arm forward. And then from here you rise all the way up. Gently bringing your right foot to the long side of your mat too. And then from here turn your toes a little bit towards each other. Gently starting to come halfway forward. Hands under your shoulders. And then see if you can walk your hands in between your feet or all the way through your own legs. You can always widen your step to get closer to the floor. If you want to, you can lift your legs all the way up, coming into your tripod headstand. Just make sure that wherever you are, you keep breathing. Staying here for 4 more breaths. Make sure you don't drop your elbows to the sides if you're in your headstand. If you're all the way upside down, gently bring your legs to the sides. Maybe you take a deep breath there. And then with control, lower them all the way down. And from there you can start to walk your hands back onto your shoulders. Bring your hands back onto your hips. And rise up with a long spine. When you're all the way back up, turn your heels inwards. Bringing your knees to the sides. Hands on top of your knees. Take a deep inhale. Lengthen your spine. Lift your heart. And exhale. Bring one shoulder forward. The other back. Come forward halfway. Slowly rise up. And twist to the other side. One more time each side. Rise up. And twist. Last time, lift up. And slowly twist. Then you come back to the center. Extend your legs out. And then turn your hips, your toes to the long side of your mat. Really align your hips. Make sure both heels are down. Both legs are nice and long. And then from here, you can bring your left arm up. Gently coming halfway down. And see if you can bring your left hand at the inside on top or at the outside of your right foot. You can always use your block. Maybe you bring your right hand onto your sacrum first. And then spin your right shoulder on top of your left. Maybe you extend that right arm all the way out. Really feel that you keep your spine long. Keep your hips pressing to the back. One more in an exhale here. And then really slowly bringing your hands at both sides of your foot. Gently shifting your weight forward onto your right foot. And if you want to, you can always bring your blocks underneath your hands. Now take a deep inhale here. On your exhale, bend both knees. Drag your left leg all the way through and go down. Pushing yourself back up. Push that left leg back 2 more times. Drag your left leg forward. Push your foot away from you. And slowly lift it back. Last time, push it forward. And drag it back. You can take a deep inhale, lift your heart. Gently coming down into a standing split. Push your ball of your left foot up into the sky. You can always hug your right arm around your right leg to drag yourself a little bit closer. One more deep in an exhalation. And then really slowly, slowly bringing that left leg down next to your right. Take a moment to hang forward if you like to. Maybe you hug your arms around here too. One more deep in an exhalation. And then really slowly come all the way back into your chair pose. Navel zips in. Keep your weight to the back. Staying here for one more deep in an exhalation. And slowly bring your hands in front of your heart. Turn all the way to the left side. Bring your right elbow over your left knee. And if you like to, you stay here. Maybe you bring your hands onto the floor. You come into side crow. You can always bring one leg to the back, one to the side. And when you're ready, simply make your way back up into your chair pose again. Take a deep in an exhalation. And slowly bring your hands back. Turn all the way to the other side. See if you can keep your knees, your hips facing to the front and to the back if you stay into your twist. Or you bring your hands back down. Gently come all the way onto your hands. I don't have any space here. Maybe one more breath. And slowly come back. One more time into Utkatasana. One deep inhale. And exhale, bend all the way forward. Half lift on your inhale. And step or hop back. Slowly going through your back bend. Back into downward facing dog. And then we have to go to the other side. Deep inhale, left leg rises. And then bring your knee to your chest. Slowly lower. And pull up. Lower down. And pull up. 2 more, lower down. And drag it up. Last time, lower. And lift. Then step your foot forward. Turn your right heel down. Come back into warrior 2. From here you extend your left leg. And start to bring your left arm forward. Coming into triangle pose. Try to keep the length. Don't go too quickly. Stack your shoulders, your hips on top of each other. Come back into your own variation here. See if you can look up to your right thumb. Keep your tailbone reaching in the direction of your right foot. Hug your kneecaps up, inner thighs together. If you like to, you bring your right arm all the way over your ear to the front. Maybe your left arm too. One more breath. And then you rise all the way up. Hands come back onto your hips. Turn your left toes to the long side of your mat. And then just take your own variation into your forward fold. I like to grab my fingers behind me, extend my arms away, and then bow all the way forward. Maybe you want to come into your headstand one more time. Just take a few deep in and exhalations. wherever you are. If you're in your headstand, gently make your way back down. And when you're all the way back down, really slowly start to bring your hands back on your hips. Extend your spine. Soft knees. Don't let the weight hang into the back of your legs, and slowly come up with control. Now turn your toes, your hips to the front of your mat. Align your hips here. And from here you bring your right arm up, coming halfway forward. Extend your spine out. Keep the length, keep your hips square, and then bring your right hand down at the inside, on top or at the outside of your left foot. Left hand onto your sacrum and to your left shoulder on top of your right. Keep feeling the center line. Maybe you bring that left arm all the way up. Try to keep dragging your inner thighs towards each other. Staying here for one more deep in an exhalation. And gently release that left hand down. Right hand comes back to the other side. Hands at each side of your foot. And then just shift your weight onto your left foot. If you want to bring your blocks underneath both hands, take a deep inhale here. On your exhale, bend both knees. Drag that right knee towards you so you can stretch your leg in front of you. Keep that left heel down. Slowly pushing back up. 2 more times. Bring your right leg all the way forward. And put it back. Last time, bring it forward. And slowly push it back. And then you can lift your heart up. Coming all the way forward. Bowing over your left thigh. Maybe you catch your left ankle. Your left heel, whatever you like. And coming to your standing split. Keep pushing that right foot all the way up to the ceiling. Maybe for one more deep breath here. And let your right leg come all the way down next to your left. Now from here, cross your ankles. Come all the way down into a seated position. And then from here you bring your knees towards your chest. Maybe you hug your arms around. Really feel your sitting bones pressing into the earth. And then find your balance onto your sitting bones. And from here you can catch your big toes with your middle finger, your index finger and your thumb. If you like to, you extend your legs out a little bit. Maybe you press them all the way up. Make sure you're not going to hang into your back. Keep lifting your heart, pushing your sitting bones down. Drag your shoulders away from your ears. Keep everything long and extended. Staying here for one more deep in an exhalation. And maybe you can drag your forehead to your shins to your forehead. And slowly come into Navasana. Lengthen your legs if you can, otherwise keep your shins parallel with the floor. See if you can hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then just lower yourself just above the floor. Scissor your legs over each other. Just for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for one more breath. And then lower down onto the floor. Then from here, see if you can end your practice up just for 1 minute into a shoulder stand or into a headstand, whatever you prefer. See if you can go upside down just for a moment. If you want to go into your headstand, you can also just bring your legs towards you, making this little egg out of your body. Make sure you have a nice tripod with your head, your elbows
or your head and your hands if you're in tripod. Maybe you extend your legs all the way out. Just keep squeezing through the center line. Also when you are into your shoulder stand. Just staying here for a few more deep breaths. If you are into shoulder stand, you can slowly come into plow pose, bringing your feet behind your head. Or maybe if you are in headstand, you can bring your legs halfway down, parallel with the floor. Stay where you are for one more breath. And then with control, you come down with your feet after your headstand. You come into child's pose. After your shoulder stand, you really slowly roll back down. Maybe you take a moment into fish pose from there. And then in your own time, you gently start to make your way onto your back. When you're all the way into your back, maybe you like to come into happy baby pose. If you want to, you can stay way longer into your practice. Just do whatever feels good. Now you're warmed up. Maybe you like to do some hand balances. Maybe you just have any other poses in mind. Like a Titibasana, firefly would be nice. Kalavasana. Then when you are ready for it, see if you can end your practice up into a nice twist. Just find any variation you like at this moment. Make sure you find some space in between all your vertebrae. And then you do the other side too. You can take a little bit longer as I do, otherwise you are gone on my Instagram. And then in your own time you bring your knees to your chest. Maybe you make yourself really small. And then see if you can take at least 2 minutes into complete stillness, into Shavasana. Just giving yourself the time to let your practice slowly integrate into your body. Making your way back up after this couple of minutes. And when you're all the way back up, keep your eyes just closed for one more moment, just to feel what's happening inside. Maybe to come back to your intention. Then you bring your hands in front of your heart center. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, bow your head to your heart. Thank yourself for your practice. And you come all the way back up. Thank you all very much. Have a beautiful evening. Namaste.